in just kind of in a crater or just in an iceberg, sitting there for a long time, just thinking and listening to people's music from far away, because it's really sensitive hearing. And his only job in Dragon Ball really was to tell Gohan what to do. And he treated Gohan kind of like a dog, like, go Gohan, go, stay, do it, don't do it. Do it, Gohan, do it, no, wait, don't do it. You guys are making me out sound like I'm saying something nasty. I ain't saying something nasty. I'm just talking about Gohan. Then there's Yamcha. He sounds like most like my voice, except like he's just kind of like a surfer. And at the beginning, and like Dragon Ball, he's like this awesome bandit who is scared of women. At the end, he's just a complete loser. Like seriously, there was a time at the end of Dragon Ball Z where it really did legitimately seem like to me that Yamcha was just sitting around waiting for Goku to die of his heart condition so that he could maybe hang out with Chi-Chi or something. So that's all he did by the end. I mean, granted, he did have a hand through his heart. I mean, that is a tough thing to do. So. But still, poor Yamcha. And so the reason why I played a lot of these other characters is because I wasn't always originally cast as them. I would just end up, because I was directing the series, having to replace people who would leave. Like, Mr. Popo, for instance, was played for a short while by Chris Kaysen. Do you guys know Chris Kaysen? Awesome guy. You'll meet him one of these days. Anyway, good guy. I gave Mr. Popo back to him later on when we were working on Kai because he deserved it. But I was kind of the resident mimic at the studio. So when Chris had to leave to go on some sort of theater tour, I was like, I could do it, maybe. And which I thought would be fine, because, it wouldn't be that hard until the Garlic Jr. saga came up, and it was just, Mr. Popo's here, and Kami's here, and they're always searching for the sacred ointment together. Where is Mr. Popo? Who can come in? The Garlic Jr. saga was just me talking to me. A lot of it. A lot of that show was actually the hardest parts were like when Yamcha was fighting Jice, and they basically had the same voice except one's got an Australian accent and one's like a surfer man. But if you listen very carefully to the original Kai, Jace's very, 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 very last word that he says is "Oi!" because that's how Australians die. That's the last word they say. They say kangaroo or oi when they die. I didn't know. I live there, so I know these things. I have Australian friends, so I'm allowed to make fun of them. So, let's see. Okay, so we worked on Dragon Ball Z forever, and we're still working on Dragon Ball Z to this day. In fact, right now we're in the process of working. And it was a really fun character to play. Piccolo is, Piccolo. Hello. I'm talking about Dragon Ball Z again. Thank you. I've just come right back around. No, Kuwabara was such a fun character. I got to work with Justin Cook, who was Justin Cook was the voice of Yusaki Urameshi on that show, or Yusuke as you guys call it. Yusaki is more formal Japanese pronunciation, or very informal, my own interpretation of his name. And he was the director on that show, which was interesting because he was my engineer through a lot of Dragon Ball Z, which is kind of awesome. So then I got to work for him, and that show lasted forever, and it was really fun. And then this other show, Blue Gender, came along. If you guys know that show is important. It may not be your favorite show, or maybe you watch it and you're like, meh. But it was important to Funimation because it was the first show to ever be dubbed the way we currently dub anime at Funimation, which is poorly. I'm kidding. It was the first time that we ever actually had the materials in-house. We had all the sound effects and the music and all the Japanese audio, so I insisted on all the actors, and we never really had this luxury before because of some technical difficulties and the fact that we were using these giant tapes. But this is the first time we were able to play the original Japanese first, and then let the American actor record right afterwards with music and sound effects in their ear, which changes the whole experience. Because that's something that a lot of people may not have known, is that when we were first working on Dragon Ball Z, we didn't have the Japanese materials all the time to work off of. In fact, it was so hard to get the materials from Japan at that time because the internet was, you couldn't email anything. You could maybe like stay up all night to download a photo, which would go. Right? There were no, you were lucky if there was maybe some GeoCities website maybe about Dragon Ball. They'd have like one low-res picture of one character that was like, and it was hard to get the materials, and I think a lot of materials like they couldn't even find. I think we were floating in a boat somewhere in Japan. So we ended up having to get a lot of our original Dragon Ball Z materials from Mexico. And I'm not saying that we all went down there and like, hey, let's go hang out in Mexico and then get our illegal copies of it or something. But the Mexican dub had just happened. They're at least the most recent happened. So we got a lot of our dubbed material from Mexico. So I was like, the Dragon Ball Z. The funniest thing about the Mexican dub is Chi-Chi's name had to be changed for some reason. Think about that one real hard. They call her Milk. Milk. Get it? I won't explain it anymore. Those of you who have Hispanic friends, ask them about it later. Channel 22, he says. Telemundo. Dragon Ball Z, Milk. I think someone may have just figured it out now. I don't think these are my waters. Does anyone have a, can I grab a water from somewhere? I'm sorry, those don't look like mine. I don't drink small waters. Huge waters. Or medium-sized waters. Okay, so I digress. Again, I keep going back to Dragon Ball Z again. So we worked on that show, Blue Gender, which was really cool. We got to work with materials. And then I got to play the most powerful badass I've ever played. His name is Ayame Soma. So yeah, it's my specialty to play like huge dudes with muscles, with guys who can shoot fire from their hands. But hey, what a great idea. Let's have him play a tall, thank you. Whoa, unlabeled too. A tall, flaming, homosexual dude who loves all of his classmates, and that worked out really well. And it was one of the harder parts I've ever had to play, not because of his persuasion, but because of his ability to speak really fast. Normally my characters speak really slowly and deliberately and hate everyone, but he was just like, yes, 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 he had this goofy laugh, like, so okay, then nothing happened for about 15 years, and then we started working on, then all these other shows started pouring in. That's when Full Metal Alchemist came in. You guys heard of that one too. He's, I get to play this dude, he's huge, he's got like massive muscles everywhere. And I've said a lot that he would be a really kind guy to know, because he'd probably do anything for you, except you just, after a while, you would wish he would just put on a shirt. Like, dude, we are out to dinner. Can you please put a shirt on? No! He was a fun character. I have to admit, I loved playing him in the beginning, and then I got really confused because, as you guys know, we don't do these episodes in large groups. You only come in one actor at a time. Each person records one thing at a time. So when your character starts becoming less important, you see less of the episodes. So there was a time towards the end of the series where I'd come in and they go, all right, let's cue up the first episode. And my voice would, I'd just kind of go, secrets. All right, thank you very much. Let's move on to the next episode. All right, here's your line. Where are the boys? Secrets. And that went on for like a part of the series. I don't even know what the heck happened. It was more fun actually when it got to Brotherhood, because I got Armstrong got to talk a whole lot more, and he has a sweet, sweet sister. That was one of my favorite parts. Okay, then I've done a lot of other shows, and gosh, I mean, the most fun I've had working on one was probably recently. I played Garter Belt in Penny. I had more fun seriously dubbing that show than I've ever had in my life. Like, it was the most offensive show I've ever worked on. When Colleen asked me, she's like, you know, Chris, I know you really want to do this, and you are the right person to do it, but do you think people are going to be offended that you're not, like, American or something? Like, dude, if that's the one thing people get offended in this show, then they shouldn't be watching this show. There's so much nastiness in this show. But it's a fun character to play. Let's see. I played Giro in a show called Sergeant Frost, which I wish was as popular to everybody as it was for you people in this location right here in the room. Which I wish we would just keep making those. It's one of my favorite shows that I've worked on.
Aren't they still making them?
Well, they're making them, but we're not dubbing them right now. I want to dub more of them. I just don't know when we're going to. I know, sad frog moment. All of us. And I can just keep going over my resume real quick, or I'm sure people have some really horrible questions for me that they'd like to ask. Let's go ahead and start, since he was first on with his hand up, and he may step up and address you all. Whatever. Whatever you feel like. Hello. Hello. That's more of a statement, but that's good.
Yeah, I'm not done. Don't worry about
okay,
that.
just relax. Don't rush or anything.
First of all, who's your favorite character in, like, you've gone over your resume, so I'm not going to go from point A to point B. Who's your favorite character that you've played in the last 15 years?
All of them. No, Vegeta is still my favorite character. But I was saying to someone, it might have been in the panel the other day, it's like, he's sort of like a roommate that I've had for a really long time. He's a super jerk, but you can't help but like him because you've known him forever, and you really understand him. I feel like I know that guy pretty well now. Except he can put you in a really nasty mood after you've been voicing him all day. Yeah, go ahead. I'm really bad about picking people up closer, so I promise I'll get it.
I've had some really bad luck this whole convention, so I was wondering if I could have your autograph.
No. Sorry about your luck. Sure, as long as not everybody copies you. It's only because she's had bad luck, and she's ridiculously cute. That helps too. And it's Kubara, he has a sword. Or my favorite line of his, sword get longer! Hope your luck improves. Yes, Thor Hammer. Ah, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thor. This is just mine.
Well then. Anyway, so this is a question about Dragon Ball Z. The early days when you were first dubbing it, you had to make a lot of decisions about how the characters would sound. I mean, obviously, they all speak Japanese with the Japanese accent. When you were adding accents, what made you want Vegeta and then eventually his father, King Vegeta, to have a British accent when nobody else in the Saiyans have one?
Because British people are jerks, kind of. I'm just kidding. We just added kind of there was a formality to them that we wanted, and also because the British are jerks. We felt like Vegeta, like Planet Vegeta, might have just as easily been like a small island in Europe. So that was destroyed by an androgynous creature. Yes, yellow. Yes. I'm just making her get a nice workout.
I was wondering if you could do the Kamehameha in Ayami's voice. Wait, hold on. I have to record it first, though.
Of course you do. Because we couldn't just enjoy it here. We have to enjoy it for everyone. She's going to listen to it every night before she goes to bed. And have the weirdest dreams of all. I swear to God, if you kill someone and they find some tape of me in some cassette that you've been listening to every night on that tape, then you'd be very upset. Okay, let's see. Wow. Okay, first time ever for that one. Let's see. Okay. So, I love men. May. You are welcome to that. You're never going to sleep. Dragon Ball Z backpack. Yes, you're going to get such an awesome workout. Do you guys have another wireless mic or anything over there? Do you guys happen to have another one? We have the only one. How about this? If someone else wants to be a mic runner person, I'll just talk on one of these bad boys. How about that? I don't see you going in here. Testing. Oh, yeah. Not as boomy as I'd like. And there's a little latency, but that's okay. Okay. Sorry. Dragon Ball Z backpack. Question.
I have a question. Actually, you're my favorite heroes from Dragon Ball Z. My three favorite heroes are Piccolo, Vegeta, and Goku, but you're my two favorites.
Oh, thank you.
And it's been actually a tradition in my family because we all watch Dragon Ball Z. Everybody knows the episodes.
Oh, that's really nice. So three generations of Dragon Ball Z watchers. That's awesome.
Also, I was wondering if you could do Vegeta's voice and say Kakarot.
That is an easy request, my friend. Kakarot? Unbelievable! That was fun. That was easy. Unlike some questions. Let's see. Where can I make you guys run the farthest? Oh, weird sock hand laundry streamer thing sword. Sorry, my people. Okay.
This one?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Do you watch The Abridged at all?
What's The Abridged?
The BBC Abridged?
I've never heard of it. Tell me more about it. Like, I'm not sure. Let's see. Dodge! Dodge the question. No, I in fact do watch the Abridged series, and I in fact do love the people who make the Abridged series. They were down recently to go to a convention in Dallas, and I got to spend some time with them. I've been encouraging them as much as possible to do as many things as possible because they are ridiculously funny and ridiculously talented. In one of the more recent episodes, I love when they ask about Yamcha, and he's just like hanging from a noose. Anyhow. And the explanation of how Trunks came to be was a pretty good one, too. My room, 10 minutes. All right, let's see. Somewhere close to... Oh, wow. Green hand puppet. Sorry. Props work really well with it.
Hey.
Hey.
Alright.
What's up, man?
I just wanted to know if you had fun playing Orono Zolo for One Piece.
Yeah, of course I did. Zoro in One Piece is one of my favorite characters too. And he's, in my opinion, one of the best characters you can play on One Piece because you get to still ride the boat everywhere, but you don't have to do much. All he does is pretty much like wake up, do something awesome, get mad at Luffy, scream at Sanji, drink beer, and go back to sleep. So, he pretty much has the easiest job on the ship, other than just, the constant stress of being a bad A. Okay, since you guys are already over there, blue hair right next to Eric, right behind you. Right behind you, Eric, that one right there. Blue, okay. He has a phone, so that's like, hey, tell him to call their question in.
Hi, Kazuma.
Hi, how's it going there? Wait, it's Katina! Oh my goodness. I think I just wet myself. My pinky finger hurts. For those of you who don't know the show, that does not sound as disgusting as it seems. Sorry, you had a question at one point.
How did you get the feel for like the Kubar's like type of voice?
I took one look at his hair. And then I thought about like, okay, his favorite band is a fake band called Megalica. Or Megalica or something like that. And so I figured he would probably, his inspiration would probably be like, that band. And so that's where his voice kind of came from. And I don't know, it just seemed like a fun voice to do. And it has a little bit of stupid in it, because he's kind of a stupid guy a little bit. But he's the most lovable character in the show. I don't know what you're saying, but you're like, she's speaking into the plushie as if like it's got to kind of communicate with me. He's my favorite character too. Although I said Vegeta earlier, so I guess that makes me a liar. Oh wow, there's so many. Oh wow, Horsehead! Of course I say that because everybody's way over there. They're gonna get such a workout. You're so welcome. I'm sorry, everybody who didn't bring interesting props.
Hi, Solo.
Oh, hey.
Hi. I just wanted to ask a question, but it was probably already asked earlier. But I was just wondering if I could please get an autograph from you on my East Coast, please. I'm only here for 2 days, and tomorrow I'm not going to be here.
I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see what we can do.
Maybe after the panel?
I'm sorry?
Maybe after the panel?
Maybe. Except they're going to pull me out of here really fast. We'll figure something out. Talk to the guy that has a phone. That one over there. I'm just kidding. Maybe I should just do it now, or else it's just going to get awkward afterwards. Sure. All right, since we've got time, why don't I just autograph something for everyone? I'm just kidding. That would be really awkward. And they're going to kick me out of this room eventually. Really fast.
I love your call.
That'll be $85, please. Okay, I haven't seen much One Piece hentai before, actually. That's interesting. That's a sword I have not seen before. Thank you. You're very welcome. Yes. Oh my gosh. Now the whole room is so awesome looking. Oh my god. So much pressure. How about you right here in the front? When I did Grandpa Rome voice, did I think of Ayame? Many times, actually. Oh gosh, can I sing something? That's always a weird request. Because I always have a hard time remembering the lyrics to that crazy song that he sings. It's like, listen as I tell you what hell should be. And then that's as far as I remember. I should bring the lyrics with me at some point. Oh no, she'll say, no, you don't have the lyrics. No one has the lyrics. No, they don't exist. Those lyrics are wrong. Just to kind of keep things going, and so I don't have to sing. I might move on from that. Thank you for the question, though. It's very sweet of you. Glowing gun! Sorry. What? One more question?
Hi, I'm a big fan of Sergeant Froggy. You're my favorite character.
I love you.
What was your favorite part of recording Sergeant Frog? Like, what's your favorite scene in the show?
Oh my gosh. Anytime that he and Natsumi have like a weird connection with one another. Like, and I also love all of his moments with Mrs. Furbottom, which, as a piece of trivia, we originally recorded the name of his cat as Mr. Furbottom, But then someone found out later that it is a female cat, and so we had to change the sex of the cat. I thought they should have still kept it the same name, personally. Oh, and then Vegeta. But you have to ask me the question in Vegeta's voice, if possible. Either that or yell it like Vegeta would.
Oh, God. All right. As a Dragon Ball Z Yaoi fan, I was wondering if you could do a scene of Vegeta talking to Kakarot.
Oh, okay. Dragon Ball Z Yaoi is just called Owie. All right, here we go. Oh, hey, Goku. Hey, Vegeta, what's going on? Hey, Kakarot, I hate you. You're not very nice. I hate you. You're not very nice. Let's do it. That's about it. Can we do one more question? Oh my God. Maybe you could ask one collective question if you think about it really hard.
What's your favorite color?
Favorite color is green. All right. You pick for me. All right. Hold on.
So I was wondering if you had like a favorite like weird like fan interaction, like a favorite fan story, like you like.
Oh man, I have had so many interesting fan interactions that they all kind of bleed into one another. There's one person that asked me to sign their baby's butt with a that was a super awkward moment. Let's see. There was like anytime anyone's ever given me food that doesn't look prepackaged, I always get a little bit jittery. One person came and gave me like lunch meat that just looked really old, and it was a nice gesture. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Man, I did have this one interview one time that I really honestly thought I was being trolled in the interview, but I just think I don't know, he was just an interesting dude. But all of his questions were like, you know when you shoot fire out of your hands, right? I'm like, I don't shoot fire out of my hands. The character shoots fire. I know, but when you shoot fire out of your hands, is it hard to do that? I'm like, dude, I really don't honestly. I just talk pretty on a microphone. Like, so this panel is supposed to be at 4:39. Oh, the next panel starts in 5 minutes, huh?
Too bad.
I've got to cut it off. I got to cut it off or they're going to cut it off. And you know what they're going to cut off, right? And it ain't going to be pretty. Although, I will not be here tomorrow, unfortunately. I have to leave tomorrow morning because I have a daughter and she loves me still. She's only 2.5 years old. I'm trying to keep her alive and realizing that her dad actually is around sometimes. Except I want to answer his question. And then that's the last thing. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah.
Hey, Christopher. Sorry. I'm a huge fan of all your works, including Dragon Ball Z and One Piece. This is my very first con, and I was wondering if I can get an autograph.
Very first con. The last thing, like, make it a real question. I'm sorry, hold on. Stay right there, though. Yeah, what's your real question?
Yes.
I'm sorry, audio people.
So you mentioned earlier that you were talking to yourself when you did the whole Gallic Jr. saga. How was it like to talk to yourself in Comic Jumper? Because I really love that game.
Oh, Comic Jumper. Did you guys play that? Yeah, if you haven't, go play that game. It was the most fun I've had working on a video game. It's a company called Twisted Pixel, and they made stuff like that. Guys, I love each and every one of you. I wish I could talk for 2 hours with you, but maybe I can come back next year and we'll all talk.
See you. 自分に嘘を2つ胸が痛んでだから